Good morning.
Good morning to our peeps out there, or our sewing peeps. It's Linda and Elaine from Sierra Sewing Quilting Vacuums. Did I say something wrong?
Our peeps, our sewing peeps.
Our sewing peeps. From Sierra. Just ignore Jared.
I just got to make fun of Linda's.
Didn't we do fine without? I know. Come on, support me. Tell us.
It's true.
We did great. To our sewing peeps out there, this is Linda and Elaine from Sierra Sewing Quilting Vacuums in Reno and Carson City, Nevada. And we are happy to be back. Everybody is back. Elaine was gone for a little while, and
Johnny was gone, and Jared was gone,
and I was here.
Right? I know. Well, like we said, the creative ones were here.
All right. For anyone who's new to us, it's 15% off anything we show today. We got some new fabrics. We got some other stuff that we've shown before, but we want to re-show because we need reminders sometimes of what really works well for us. So
absolutely.
If you have any questions, please give us, please put them on, feed it into Jared and Shawnee right now. And then we can answer it now on live, on camera. We love being able to do that. Or if you're watching at another time, we have a phone number down here. Oh, you can also still put it in.
You can still put it in.
But
I'll answer questions. I usually don't answer after the live for sometimes the next 24 hours. Depends on how busy we are in the shop. Sometimes I'm so busy I can't get back on and check it.
Yeah.
So I'll sometimes check it at home.
But we're open 10 to 5:30 West Coast time, so you can call us anytime, and our phone number is right here below us. Just to let you know, 15% off again, and it's anything we have today is 15% off, but you can always add to it. Especially think about this if you're shipping, because it's free shipping once it's over $100. Go onto our website, do shopping there. We have all kinds of fabrics and notions on there, and just add on to it and you'll get your free shipping. All right, so today's a special day.
Yeah, today is the first Wednesday of the new month. So, today is August 5th, and so it's the first Wednesday of the month. And so for everybody who has been sharing our Facebook video publicly, your name has been put into a drawing, and so we're going to be drawing here in a little bit the winner of a wonderful prize that we're going to show in a little bit.
Worth up to, I think
that's well over $100.
Yeah, I had it up closer to $200.
Yeah, I'm kind of looking at in my head what it was, and I think you're pretty close to $2, if not maybe a little over. But yeah, it's a great gift. So don't go anywhere because the drawing is going to be shown later on in the little program we got going on here.
Jared has his thing.
Yep,
so.
absolutely.
All right, so we're going to get going here.
And
we always start at the quilt behind us because we used to not to.
Because we would forget.
And then we would forget the quilt behind us.
Yeah.
So that's why we always start with the quilt behind us. And this quilt is so adorable.
Now, if any of you have been with us for, a while, remember this quilt. This was I think it's one of the first ones that Carrie designed for us in regards to the collection that we have here. And it turned out beautiful. It was fun. We sold out like there was nobody's business. We sold out of the fabric like there was nobody's business. It was gone super quick.
Somehow it got put away in a little cupboard, and the cupboard I found it and was like, oh my gosh, somebody will want this one.
Exactly. So it's sweet. It's all about honeybees and flowers. It was lavender and honeybees, and it's really beautiful. It's very great for whether you want to make it as a quilt. Being that it's perfectly square, it's also really nice if you are doing a picnic.
And speaking of size, it is a 53 by 53. If you buy it in here in the store, it's $109 with no discount.
Right.
Because it's worth so much more than that. I think
the quilting alone.
The kit was $89. Yes. And that was with no backing, no batting, and no quilting. So, $109 minus $15.
Getting a steal.
That is a great one.
So if you're looking at it, you wanted it. I know there was a whole bunch of people that wanted the quilt kit and couldn't get it. Snag it now because it's going to be gone. It is not going to last. All right. Well, we're going to jump right in. So we have some new apron and tote bag panel. They are super cute. I love the colors.
I'm going to show the tote bag first.
Well, and
Elaine's going to grab the...
I'm going to grab what we use for the lining.
And the panel. Maybe you can show them the panel so we can show them the directions. Sure. This is a heavier canvas out here on the outside, a heavier canvas. Sorry.
Maybe back up a little bit because all I can see is... There you go. Yeah, that works.
Okay. All right. So has the nice long handles. I like those. because you can take it to your farmer's market or your shopping, grocery store, anywhere you go do shopping, you can take this. And we did line it with some of the fabrics. Now, Elaine will show you the panel that it comes, and you can definitely make this without the lining, but we always line ours because we just like the look of it. It does have a pocket in it where you could put this bag belongs to. You could put your name in it, and it does have a pocket in there. Just a nice, really sturdy bag to have.
Yeah, and so here's
Elaine's
the
got that.
panel. So you can see the bag itself is one solid piece. So this is the kind you just fold up, box the bottoms, and it is done. The directions for the entire, here we go, try that again. The directions are right here at the bottom of the panel, so it tells you everything you need to know on how to make this. It even has, let me show it to you here, that's on this side. You can see right there on both sides of the bag, it tells you where to fold, where to clip, where to start. And then there's also a fun little pocket that you can put on the inside if you choose to. That also has where you can put your name on it if you would like. So
To do the lining, you basically do a repeat.
exactly.
We do have on our YouTube instructions from Sue on how to line.
Yes, we do have a simple bag tutorial on YouTube. Really, it's the same thing. So if you give that a look, if you're concerned on how to do lining of a bag, check that out. It'll all make sense.
And this is a lining that we did use, a really fun multi-vegetable, all kinds of vegetables on there. The broccoli, the onions, the peas, the mushrooms, the radishes, turnips, everything.
Asparagus.
Garlic, everything on there.
Right? It's cute.
Now I'm hungry. A nice good salad for lunch.
Right, and then we also did the apron that came with this, and the apron comes with a oven mitt, and it actually
has
comes two.
But, Teresa she worked her fingers to the bone yesterday getting the oven mitts done for us.
So we got at least one done. Now, what was fun is we did line the apron. I know you're not going to be able to see it because we have it on the dress form.
I'm going to put the apron on.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
So this is what we use to line the apron with. I love that it's on point. The green and the purple, it's really beautiful. This whole little dealio is just so fun and so bright.
So there's the apron. I'm going to put it on, but I wanted to show you that lining. I just love the check for this.
I know,
it
it
just
came
looks so
It was
kitchen-y.
perfect.
The
It's
check on it.
perfect.
Again, the mittens, nice normal size mitt, and there are two of them.
Now, this is the whole entire panel. So you can see there is the apron, there's the bottom for the straps and the ties, there's your 4 pieces for your oven mitt. And if you notice, there is some little squares up here of some vegetables. You got some broccoli and garlic and
So you
some
can make a
lettuce.
coaster
You
out
can
of
make a
those.
coasters, or if I know there's a lot of space on here.
Mm-hmm.
If you'd like to, you could actually make those into pockets going right across the top if you wanted to. So
Mm-hmm. Be
it
creative.
it gives
Be
you a little bit
creative.
of options on what you want to do. You can just literally sew them together and then make one big long pocket out of it in the front, or a big square pocket in the front, kind of like what I do with a lot of my aprons. I put
Yes.
a pocket right there.
Yes.
So
Put your glasses in.
fun and easy. We did include the Insulbright in the sale today because you'll need that for your oven mitts. Now, if you are wanting to line everything that we have here that we lined with, if you choose the apron panel and you want to line it, you're going to need 1 1/8 yards of the fabric that we have here to line it. And if you choose to line your tote bag, you are going to need 2/3 of a yard.
2/3, yeah.
That's if you want minimum. If you're just wanting some, get 2 and 3 yards. You never know. You might want to make something else.
Exactly. I love this bag. I just love the longer handles on it.
Well, when I sent you yesterday, I actually was toting around and seeing some quilt stores because I was in Utah, I was in Arizona, and I was in Vegas over the last 4 days. And somebody was mentioning, does anybody have just in case? And we're like, what is just in case? Haven't heard that one yet. And it was, well, do you buy enough for just in case? Just in case you make something else, just in case you make a mistake, just in case you need to make more. So, just in case you might want some more. I thought it was a cute play on
Some
words.
extras, yes.
Yes, it was kind of fun. So if you're with that, so like I said, we have the Insulbright, we have the 2 fabrics that are going with these So for just in case, if you need a little
Yeah.
bit more, there you go.
Get it. Holiday sewing is coming up.
Yeah, and so of course we have another
holiday.
holiday fabric.
Christmas holiday.
This one's really pretty. It's called Candlelight Christmas.
Oh, I love the candles on this.
This one is, yeah, it's really nice. It's got that beautiful sagey green and the candles. It's really cute.
And this
Love it.
is again another vintage look. We love vintage look around here for Halloween and Christmas and Thanksgiving.
That's a great fabric if
This
you
is
want to
a
just
great-
cut it into a rectangle and make that be, you know, the panel. You can make it as your own panel size and then use all of these coordinates to go around it.
Yes.
So don't fear that there's not, for our panel lovers, which, you know, I'm a big panel fan.
Ms. Patty must not be multiple while you were in Arizona.
I did not. We kind of really drove through Arizona. My husband wanted to do Route 66, so we were kind of toting around there, and it was so blazing hot. It was 120 degrees, so we didn't get out of the car very often. It was too hot for me. I was dying.
Yeah.
Gloria wants to know how your vacation
Yeah, she went to a really cool place. She went to Hawaii.
She went to Hawaii.
So here is the cream. You can see it's got the small little flowers on there. Very faint, very dainty. Really nice for a background, depending on the type of project that you'd like to do with this beautiful fabric.
And the poinsettias. Poinsettias are big this Christmas. These poinsettias are on the cream background. And to go along with it is, of course, you gotta have the holly berries. And it's on the red background with red holly berries and I guess they're white holly berries on there.
It's so pretty. And I love the fact that this one has a little bit more of a sage green. Sage green's been really popular this last year. And so it's great to see a Christmas collection that kind of still has that traditional green, but kind of brought in that little bit of sage inside there. I love the ribbons and the bow on this with the holly berries. It's so pretty.
Yeah, you don't see the ribbons and bows like that.
No,
very
no, this
often.
one was done really, really well.
And some more supporting fabrics here. The top one is the green with the little vines and holly berries on it. And the bottom one is the red with the larger leaves on it with the holly berries on it. So lots of good supporting
Yeah,
fabric there.
yeah. And then, of course, you know, we always love to bring in the pre-cuts from the manufacturer, and of course the layer cake from Moda. It's absolutely wonderful. You can see there, you know, there is more fabrics in this collection. We chose the ones that we loved the most. And of course, having a layer cake, this is a great way to get a little bit of everything without having to have a ton. And once again, just to show, I know we talk about this every time, but Moda does show on the back side of all of their layer cakes different options of how to cut up a layer cake if you're not sure what to do. And then we also do have patterns that are specifically for layer cakes. And it's not even only a bag, or excuse me, only a, excuse me, I can't even talk. Oh my gosh, this happens when I have a couple days off. A quilt or a table runner, but there's actually patterns out there for bags that use a layer cake. And we have one that's pretty popular that we use. It's that flip, fold, and fuse. And so that's a great bag that uses your layer cake for those.
All right, we've got some new Jelly Roll books in for us. This is one, and let's see, Jelly Roll Day is in September, so we got some books in early to give you some ideas of different things you can do. Of course, we'll have classes here in Reno and down in Carson City for National Jelly Roll Day. So if you're in the area, look for that. But this Jelly Roll book I really like because it gives you a lot of different ideas for the different holidays. It has a St. Patrick's Day one in, a Halloween one in there, fall, Christmas, patriotic. You can kind of see on the back here a little bit also of the different ones. It has a Valentine's Day one, spring. So this gives you lots of ideas of how to use holiday themed fabrics throughout the year. You can make different ones on that.
That's a good one. That's a brand new one for us, isn't it?
Yes, yes.
So here's another one that is brand new. Like I said, I've been gone. Today's my first day back. I have not seen the brand new books. I was just kind of thumbing through this one, and immediately I fell in love with this one right here. I thought it was really beautiful. What a great way to use that Jelly Roll. what I love is, I know I've mentioned this before, but sometimes people don't want to make a quilt, they want to make a table runner, and there's just not a table runner pattern that they really care for. Well, here is a fine example of where you can take a quilt design and make that into a table runner. Instead of making all your rows together to make the quilt, how about just making one row and put the border that it shows on here on either side and call it good, and there is your table runner. So there's, options within everything to make and use your jelly rolls.
All right. And this one, again, we're saying how much we love it, and they're all unique in what they do. This one, what I really like, I can show you a couple quilts in here. This one does a kind of a play on the wedding ring. They are calling it the Russian dance. No, I got to get to it. Sorry. There we go. They call it the Russian dance. It looks like a little bit of a play on the wedding ring, but it's showing you a lot of different ways. Like it's using the jelly roll to make different looking blocks. So it's just not using the straight strip and using it. Like this one is called the Dresden Carnival. So it's using the jelly roll to make Dresden plates. And Dresden plates are really popular right now. And it even goes into birdsong, how to make birds out of your jelly rolls. So this is a book that if you want something different to do with your jelly roll, this is one to look at.
All right, so we have here, now this is something that we've had for a while. We've shown it multiple times, but we're going to show it again, is the applique pressing sheet. Now, this particular one right here is 18 inches by 20 inches. This is a transparent sheet that you can use as, it's a reusable nonstick. You can use it for, whether you're using it just for a pressing cloth or if you're using it for actually applique. What's beautiful about this is that if you're building your applique, you can use this so you can build it, peel it right off, put it on your product, cover this over that applique and iron it, and it's fused right to what you're doing without having to try and do piece by piece and have a mistake. So this is great
So
for
it's
that
a bit
type.
protective also to your ironing board and
And your iron, because the last thing you
Oh
want to
my
do is
goodness.
get that fusible web on your iron, trying to get that off.
Oh, your
is
ironing board, is it?
a
That's
nightmare.
pretty bad too, because then
Yeah.
it's transferring on to every project after that.
So, to be honest with you, 2 of these is a good thing to have. So you have one to build on and use as your pressing cloth. And pressing cloths are really, really important when you're using any type of fusible product, because a lot of those fusible products, you got to have that iron sitting on there for, sometimes 20 to 35 seconds, sometimes 45, because sometimes they're just being stubborn.
Unless you have a Lore Star.
Unless you have a Lore Star, that's a whole nother conversation.
It's only about 3 seconds.
Right? It's true. Is there? And we got that one
And
going
you
on.
can use these under the wool mats also, can't you?
No, that is the silicone mats.
Sorry.
A little bit different. So yeah, we have a lot of different things. So if you have a question about this or a silicone mat, or what Jared was talking about the Lore Star, why you wouldn't need as long as a hold on it, you know what, give me a call. I can explain it all to you.
Yep, yes. All right, so I have 2 different holders for your rulers. There's a great picture on the back of this one. We have a ruler holder here that we have to have when we're at our cutting a cutting station that we use. We put our clipboards and all kinds of things in it because we have to. But this is a great way to store all those rulers that you get, because if you've been sewing more than 15 minutes, you're quilting more than 15 minutes, you'll realize you need different size rulers. And this is a great way to keep them organized. So this one is the OmniGrid ruler rack. And it is made out of wood. It is a bit longer than this one, but this one is wider, so it's all into which one you would want. And this is, well, how do we differentiate these? They're both called, this one's called Omni Rack. One's green, one's brown. This is made out of plastics. So you get to pick which one you would rather have.
Now these are your fun things, but these are so fun.
These just came in yesterday.
Yeah.
And the ladies in class were
Going nuts,
grabbing
I'm
them.
sure.
I'm like, I'm not going to have any to show tomorrow. But we have a few still.
So we always bring these in for the season, and so we brought in some ones for this season. And these are all, oh, these are spice flowers.
Yes.
So,
Now,
okay.
they have to, Elaine, I don't know if you heard that. but
Yeah.
They have to tell us which one they want.
So as you're watching, because there is,
Maybe tell them the name.
so this, okay, there you go. So this one's called Rosemary, and this one is Thyme.
So you put that name in notes if you want to buy one of these.
Or you can tell us to pick one for you.
Yeah, pick one for you.
This is Sage.
And also, if you want multiples and you want different
Tarragon.
ones, just tell us how many you want of each one.
Yeah, yeah. So I mean, you can literally tell us which ones you want by watching what we're going to be showing you. If you are not too concerned, you can just pick your two favorites for me.
Yes.
Either way.
All right, so this is another one. And we didn't get to show you. They have the magnetic clasps to close it.
Oh,
so
thank you.
they stay shut. And they all have a decorative page on the inside. So something to keep you happy even when you open this one. If you would like this one, it's called So Delightful. There are 75 sheets on these. So if you want So Delightful, just put it as that. This one you could name as Blue Notes. This one you would put in as Blue Notions. And you got to put Blue Notions because this one's called Yellow Notions. So if you like that one, it's Yellow Notions.
And then the last round that I have here, these ones are really cute, all sewing themed. So here is called Eat, Sleep, and Quilt. This one's black. So make sure you say black if you like that one, because I have one that's white and gold that says the same thing, Eat, Sleep, and this one, actually, I take that back. This one says Eat, Sleep, and Sew. So let me show that one back up again. So we have Eat, Sleep, and Quilt, Eat, Sleep, and Sew. So there, we got that one straight. Sorry about that. And then this one says Sewing Mends the Soul. And
These are
actually,
cute.
this one's really cute. I thought this one was really funny.
These are great
Quilting
gifts.
Pleasures. How cute is that one? I think that one's going to go quick.
The ones we've shown already are only $3.99 minus
Yeah.
15%. My goodness.
These are great. I like putting little notes in my husband's wallet when he leaves.
Oh,
I use
nice.
these for that, so they're kind of cute to just have a
Nice.
little, hi.
And we had a gal a couple weeks ago. She actually bought the socks. She was going to a quilt retreat, and she wanted to buy a gift for everyone. This would also. If
This
you-
is great.
If you have a group of ladies that you get together for whatever, this would be great gifts.
Well, and everybody's always looking for something to give to their quilting friends for, even if it's for a holiday or it is for a retreat. This is kind of nice, and you can do this very easily without really, breaking the bank.
Okay.
So that's what we have.
Okay, we're going to be going over to Jared now. Again, if you have any questions, and stay with us so you know whether you won in the drawing or
Yeah.
not. So we're going to take it
Take it
over
away to Jared.
Alrighty, good morning everybody. I am fine. Yeah, as Linda said, I've got this wonderful basket of names here. So if you want to find out if you're the winner, you got to sit through me. Oh, and here's the basket of stuff.
Because he has so much educational.
Today I'm talking about new stuff and why I've been gone and stuff like that. Yeah, some good stuff. Some oven mitt, an apron. All right. Well, I'm just trying to tease them so they don't disappear on me. All right, so yes, I am finally back after being out for 2 weeks. I went to Pfaffen Viking Global Sewing Summit, as they call it. It's a really cool, interesting, it's a convention of Pfaffen Viking, but they also brought in, they really tried hard on bringing in all of their international dealers as well too. So it was really interesting seeing the mix-up of just people from Asia, Europe, Middle East, everything. It was really kind of an interesting setup and how that all went down. So it was a very cool one. And of course, the highlight of that entire convention was the release of the Pfaff Creative Icon 3. So we're very excited about that one, and I'm going to dive into that in a little bit. And then last week, I was out doing a delivery. Everybody says I was on vacation, but I was doing a delivery in Alaska, so if anybody thinks that I won't do any deliveries anywhere, just remember I just went to Alaska for a delivery, and I happen to have a little bit of fun as well doing it, so sure, whatever, but it was work related. So yeah, somebody had bought a long arm and we delivered it to them up in Alaska. But yes, back in town and excited to be back. So let me dive into some of the amazing stuff that I saw at the Pfaffen Viking Convention. And the highlight of that, of course, is being let me pull up the picture here, brand spanking new Creative Icon 3. Very excited for this machine because it is definitely, thank you, Patty. It was a great time. It was a great excuse. It is the top of the line machine coming out from Pfaff, and it has some of the coolest technology that is out there in the field now. Very excited for it because one, I think the machine just looks very sleek. It's very nice, but getting into the details here, let's see, get rid of that picture. Icon 3 now has that new and improved embroidery unit, new and improved embroidery unit that allows for a couple other things that are coming down the line in my talk here with Pfaffen Viking. So that brand new embroidery unit allows you to do some very large, actually one of them is even said right there, with the 450 by 450 millimeter grand turnable hoop. Now that is an optional hoop, and let me show you another picture of that. There it is. Now for those of us in America who don't speak millimeter, 450 by 450 is 17 inches by 17 inches. That is a huge embroidery area. Now, yes, it is a turnable hoop, but there is not a single machine on the market that can do a width of the 17 inches besides the Epic 3 and the Icon 3. Yes, you do have to do the turnable to get the height of the 17 inches, but that's not an issue. But that is a huge embroidery area, and believe you me, when you see this hoop, you're like, that thing is that a ring of Saturn or is that an embroidery hoop? I don't know. So it is a huge embroidery hoop, and that's one of the features of that amazing new embroidery unit that allows you to use it. The second amazing feature of that new embroidery unit is Pfaff now has free arm embroidery. Very excited for that one because free arm embroidery did come out with Pfaffen Viking with the Epic 3, but now with the Icon 3, it has come over to Pfaff, and they also came out with a larger free arm embroidery hoop as well too. Prior to this, the largest free arm embroidery hoop was approximately maybe 5x7, maybe a little bit smaller honestly. Maybe like 4x6, but with the newer hoop, it is a much larger field. I want to say it's probably closer to like 6x8 or so. So it's a very nice large hoop, which is wonderful. Just free arm embroidery in general is wonderful for a lot of things because you don't have to take seams out. And by what that means, I mean, if I'm trying to do my sleeve right here, and I just wanted to put a nice embroidery on there, a company logo, or like a lot of golf shirts have a logo on there or a name or something like that. On other machines, I would have to take out the seam somewhere, right there. I'd have to take out that seam, embroider that on there, or if I was lucky enough, put the entire thing in there and then have 17,000 paper clips and everything else to hold my shirt out of the way. But now with the free arm embroidery, I can just put it on there, it slides onto there, and you're good to go. One nice thing too about Pfaffen Viking is it has the smallest armature on the market. So that includes Berninas, Pfaff Vikings, until you get to the 10 threads. The 10 threads from Baby Lock do have a smaller arm, but that's because they're made for that. There's no feed dogs, there's no nothing inside of there. But with home machines, Icon and Epic have the smallest armature on there, so you can fit the smallest items going onto that free arm hoop. A huge thing that I think is really beneficial with this larger hoop in combination with that free arm is if you're trying to do a bag. So now I can get a really large embroidery area on a bag that I no longer have to take the seam out because I just put the hoop in there, and then it just slides onto the arm of the machine, and then I have this massive embroidery area that I can decorate every single one of my bags. That should be something that Sue brings into her new owner's lessons. It'd be a great thing to, not new owner's lesson, beginning sewing lessons. Be a great thing to introduce to people because it is cool. But yes, free arm embroidery, we're very excited for that one. It just makes life a lot easier. I mean, even right here, it's just showing a shirt and how easy it is to just put a logo like this. And yeah, you can do it on a regular hoop, but it is so much easier using that free arm embroidery and how fast and quick and easy it is. The next thing that's on there, this is not necessarily new to the Icon 3, but I want to touch base on the Creative 8. So Creative 8 is, man, I don't even know how to really truly capture how cool Creative 8 is. So Creative 8 is made by Pfaff Viking, it's made by SVP, and it really pulls the world of their machines together into a really amazing mesh net of things. It's a really cool system. So Creative 8, it's multifaceted. For one, there's 4 levels to it. There's a free version, a lower end, cheaper version, a middle priced version, and then a super high end, not a super high end, but a high end version. I think even the high end version is $399 a year. And then I think the lower end version I think is $199 a year. I think it's $199, $299, $399. So Creative 8 is really cool because if you have multiple machines, and I'm talking just Pfaff and Viking World right now, not necessarily any other brands, but I am going to get into other brands in just a second here as well. So Creative 8 is a really interesting mesh that brings all these machines in there. So every Pfaff and Viking machine you have, you can load into Creative 8, okay? And then inside of Creative 8, there's all kinds of sewing tutorials. So if I own an Icon 3 and I want to do a specific technique on my sewing machine, I can go in there and search for it, find out exactly what it needs, what foot I need to set up for it, and then I can click on it and it will automatically send to my machine and set my machine up for the correct stitch, the correct tensions, the correct everything. And also if I'm using a specific fabric, it will set up my feed and my presser foot pressure and everything else to that specific type of fabric to give me the best results. Now that's true with Pfaff and Viking. And then outside of that, even a sewing technique is still a sewing technique. So if I had a Baby Lock or a Bernina or a Janome and I was trying to do any kind of technique on there, yeah, you'd have to translate the foot into the foot for your applicable brand, but the technique is still the same. So having that access to all those techniques are really amazing. And then in the embroidery world, what I love about this is it has a cloud vault as well too. Now I know, well, every single brand of embroidery designer out there is no longer doing any kind of physical designs. Is there any embroidery designer that's giving a physical card or USB or CD anymore? I think every single one of them.
Maybe a few.
Yeah, maybe USBs, but it's just everybody is going to a download now. And I love this because it gives you access. On the free version, you get 100 megabytes of storage. And in the terms of embroidery designs, 100 megabytes is quite a bit. But it's a cloud storage on there. And then if you just go up to that first level of the $199 per year, it goes up to 2 gigabytes of storage. That's a ton of embroidery designs. There's not very many people I know that own more than 2 gigabytes of designs. So if you're within the Pfaff Viking world, this cloud allows you to set up your machines to see that cloud as well too. So if I have a Epic 3 or if I have the awesome new Icon 3, I can set up my cloud and then I have the OESD design that I just purchased, and I'm doing this all on my computer over here. I purchased my OESD design, I copy that file, and instead of taking it to what you guys are used to, instead of copying that and putting it onto the flash drive that you have plugged into your computer, I just copy that and put it into my cloud file, and then it automatically goes over to my machine. So I can automatically see my entire Creative 8 vault, is what they call it, over on my machine. Yes, if you have other brands, you won't have access to it directly on your machine, but you have that cloud storage. So this is also very beneficial if you were going to a retreat, right? And then one of the days was just a sit and sew, something like that. And you're like, oh yeah, let me work on this thing. Crap, I forgot the design. So now you can just log into on anybody's device, your computer, Elaine's computer, probably even your phone or tablet as well too. Well, yeah, I know you can on your phone or tablet. And then have that file on your vault and you can access it anywhere in the world. So it's not necessarily a FOF and Viking only thing. You can use it for any one. That's just with FOF and Viking, you get that extra step where it's built into your machine as well too. All you need is internet, which all machines basically hook up to internet these days.
Everything except for the
Yeah. And then, yes, going into some other great features of Creative 8 as well too. I mean, this is a full world. I could do an entire thing on Creative 8 by itself. Creative 8, going up the levels, you have access to more tools. So you get into a quilt designer, and that quilt designer, you can go in there and design. It's not the most complex quilts, I'm gonna absolutely admit to you. For example, what is it, Russian dance? Was that what it was called that Linda just showed?
Oh, yeah.
You couldn't design something that complex with it. It's more kind of block and 9-patch and that. It's more simple stuff, but you can design your own quilts on there and then send it to your Singer Memento cutting machine. And then that Singer Memento cutting machine will see your entire quilt and says, oh, I need 32 half square triangles of this blue fabric. I need 48 half squares of this orange fabric and these sashings and this and that. And you send it, it cuts everything out and you're done and ready to go. It's astonishing how cool that is. Then going up the line and other Creative 8 options, you get into more embroidery software stuff. So the top of the line has a full-blown embroidery software at that $399 level. And then at the lower levels, you have other embroidery design editing tools. So Creative 8, like I said, I could go into an entire thing just on Creative 8 by itself. Then we are going into the next thing that the Icon 3 has, and that is the Enhanced Stitch Creator. I don't love the picture that they put on here because they're not showing the coolest aspect of what they came out with on the Icon 3. So on FOF, if you had, starting at this FOF 720 and some older machines, but currently FOF 720, 725, Creative Sensation Pro, they had what is called the Stitch Creator. So you could go in and create your own stitches, or you could edit stitches in the machine if you wanted something a little bit different. And what I mean by editing stitches, like if you had, for example, all these machines have flowers built into them, right? But if you wanted that flower, but you didn't like the petals that were on that flower, I could go into Stitch Creator, cut off those petals, and I could have just the flower itself. And then just repeat that or whatever I wanted. So Stitch Creator, what's very cool with the Icon 3 now is I can now draw my own stitches. Now, I was thinking like, okay, what's super cool about that? And then Sue yesterday gave a very good example of why something like that would be awesome is a signature. If you're talking just quilt labels and you wanted to have a specific signature on every single one of your quilts, something like that, or from grandma, something like that, love grandma, in your own handwriting, I can put that into Stitch Creator and stitch it automatically. And
That's cool.
very cool. And what's even more cool about this is you are not limited to the 9mm stitch width. You can go up to 48 millimeters. That is a huge, huge area that you can actually stitch with that Stitch Creator now. So prior to this, it was only within that 9mm, but now we can go all the way up to 48 millimeters, and you can draw. I'm sorry?
You can do like a footprint or a handprint of your baby.
Yeah, you could do a footprint or a handprint of your baby, as Elaine was saying, something like that. But it's a huge stitch area, stitch width area that you can now do with that Icon 3 Stitch Creator. It is very cool, Very excited for that one. Then of course, projection. This did come out on the Icon 2. So not necessarily a new tool, but it's a lot more enhanced on this machine, a lot better. The way that it's mounted to the machine is now mounted to the frame of the machine. So it's a lot more accurate of a projector and camera as well too. Then I kind of touched base on this as well too, fabric selection. So prior to this, Icon never had fabric selection. It was only over on the Viking side with what they call the Joy OS. So now with the Icon 3, and what I mean by fabric selection is you may not necessarily have the same settings if I was doing a heavy duty canvas tote bag as I would on a super thin organza material, right? So now inside of this, I can go into and I'm going to choose, I'm stitching on a very heavy duty duck canvas bag material, and the machine is automatically going to set itself up for a heavier presser foot pressure, a little bit tighter tension, everything that you might need for that heavier duty fabric. Then if I want to do that chiffon fabric, I just click on that one and it's going to change everything again. So it's going to set that pressure foot lower. And basically what it's doing is it is setting up that machine to give you the best result, because it took me a long time, and probably a lot of people out there don't even know this, that you do have to change a lot of different settings to really get the best stitch. And I go over this a lot with my needles. Yeah, you can use a universal needle for everything, but if you want to have a better stitch, a better looking stitch, you're going to use a Microtex needle for piecing. You're going to use a quilting needle for quilting. You're going to use an embroidery needle for embroidery. So there's specifics to it, and it's the same thing in sewing. A lighter presser foot pressure on a more delicate fabric is going to preserve that fabric and give you a better stitch. Everything of the sort. So this takes that guesswork out of, or even, and I hate to say this, or even the lack of knowledge of somebody of knowing what you need to do to set up a machine for a specific scenario. It takes all of that out of the equation, so I can just set up heavyweight cotton, heavy denim, something like that, and it just does it all for me. It's amazing. Then next up, quilt settings, quick quilt settings with bobbin pickup. I think this is a really nice feature that they have built into embroidery. So now what they are talking about is we now have what they literally call quick quilt settings. And what that does is when I am doing edge-to-edge embroidery, when I am going to my embroidery screen, there's another screen that says, hey, what settings do you want? And this is one of them. So if I click this quilt settings, oh man, I wish I had a piece of, I don't know how I can show this. I'll explain it the best I can. It changes certain settings in the machine. For example, on embroidery, when you are normally embroidering, if I am just doing a satin stitch, if I'm doing an embroidery and I'm doing a satin stitch eye, right? What your tensions normally look like on an embroidery machine of a satin stitch of an eye is the knot of your embroidery is not in the middle of your fabric. Your top thread actually pulls around to the back, and what we are taught as techs is on the back, you want to basically see 1/3 top thread, 1/3 of your bobbin thread, and then 1/3 of your top thread again. So that way your top tensions are pulled to the back. But in edge to edge, you don't want that. You want that knot to be in the center of your fabric layers, so you can use mismatched threads, everything of the sort, and it's going to look like quilting, right? So with these quick quilt settings, for one, it changes your tensions to give you that exact positioning of that knot, and it also does some other great things, like I know if any of you guys are long arm quilters, or even what grandma taught you on sewing, was you always want to pull up your thread at the beginning of your stitch so you don't get that nasty rat's nest right in that first couple stitches. Now with the quick quilt settings, as soon as I press start on embroidery, it's going to go to that start point, take a singular stitch, pull up the bobbin thread. So now I can grab that bobbin thread and then press start again, and it's going to take off just like I would on the long arm. So that way you don't have that nasty rat's nest on the bottom, and then I just trim that one thread from the beginning and you're done. So it's some great features built into there that just make things a lot easier on that Icon 3 with edge to edge. Then of course, hoop scanning. I can't stress how nice hoop scanning is. It makes your life so much easier for placement, just even if a design's gonna look good. So you combine that with the projector, and you can really truly see what your design is going to look like on the end game. So that's like the major features coming out from the Icon 3 that I'm very excited with. There we go. That I'm very excited for with the Icon 3. It's just a super cool, amazing thing. Amazing machine. And I got one in yesterday, my floor model. So we're gonna be getting that out on the floor as soon as we possibly can. And we'll have it ready for you guys to come in and take a look at. So if you guys have an Icon 2 or an Icon or any other machine, come on in and you're gonna be amazed at how cool this machine is and how much fun it is to play on. So come on down. I'm trying to get it out today, but we'll see how that works out. But yeah, we have it here and ready to go. Outside of that, I wanted to touch on one other really cool machine that I saw at convention, and that is this guy. Let me pull up a picture here. Now, this is one of the new Singer heavy duties coming out. And I get it. Singer is not what Grandma Singer used to do, but what they have done on this Singer, it's really cool. So one thing that you see on this machine is that phone sitting there. And that phone has what looks like the machine interface. And that's because it is. So what they've done on this machine, and it's really innovative, and I think it might change a lot of stuff coming down the line from all brands inside of the sewing world, is they have taken 99% of the United States has a phone or an iPad, a good phone inside of their pocket, right? So what they have done is they have taken all of the computing power out of the machine to make the machine a higher end machine with a lower price. Because this machine, I can get an embroidery, and I can get into looking at projections with this machine. I can get into an embroidery machine with a 5x7 hoop for approximately $600. For any other brand that's out there, you're talking almost $1,500 to $1,800 for that kind of setup. Because they've really done a cool thing by taking that computing power out and they're putting it into the Creative 8 app on your phone, and then it sends it to Amazon servers. Amazon servers does the computing power and sends that back to the machine instantaneously set up for it. It's astonishing. I'm gonna release a video on it onto our YouTube here, hopefully today, just going a lot more in depth as to how cool this machine really is. So I'm very excited to see that roll out, because I'm very excited to see what is coming down the line with all of the other machines, because talking to the engineers with them there at SVP, it's very fun talking to them, because you see like the lights in their eyes brighten when you talk about certain things, like, oh, well, why don't you do this on top of the line machines? And they're like, oh, we're thinking about it. And, you know, putting an iPad on there, or giving you an iPad when you purchase the machine, so that way you have this amazing computing power right there ready to go at probably a lower price too. So it's very cool and exciting for what's coming down the line. But that is everything I have today. But don't forget, we're not done because I still have to do the giveaway. So yeah, if you're intrigued in that Icon 3, come on down to, if you're gonna come over, you're gonna need a chair because this camera's too low.
Oh, I'm just gonna hold the basket for you.
Oh, okay. Come on down, take a look at that Icon 3. I'm telling you, it's an amazing machine. It's very cool. Alrighty, so yes, coming in with the winner. So you got an oven mitten there. You've got a very fun matching apron there. Barbecue style apron.
'Tis the season.
'Tis the season, yep, that's true. I was thinking about having one. Well, Michelle's got to work, my wife's got to work on Saturday. Dang, I don't know, I'll figure it out. Let's see, what else we have in here? The Sierra Sewing scissor set. If you guys haven't seen these are very great scissors for an amazing price, but this person's gonna get them for free. But it's the Sierra Sewing scissor set. Comes with 4 different pieces inside of there. Comes with a little thread trimmer, dressmaking shears, some very pointy tweezers, which are very nice, and some applique scissors. And these are good quality scissors as well too. They're very sharp, very nice scissors. And they're a collector's item because everything, you know, you got our name on the case and the name is engraved onto the scissors themselves as well too. Yes, so it's very cool. Then we have a jelly roll. Nice jelly roll setup.
That's $50 by itself.
Yes. Ooh, Halloween banner because Halloween is coming in. And a nice little thread pack as well too. 5 different kind of primary colors.
The banner is actually
Bag that we're having.
Yeah. And what is this, a pillowcase or a bag?
It says Happy Halloween.
Oh, it's a pillowcase.
Yes, that goes with that. You just need a form.
Just need a pillow form.
Yes.
But yeah, that's the bag, and of course, the bag, right?
Yes.
Well, I already showed the thread.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And the bag itself is already nice. There's nice pockets inside of there, all kinds of good jazz. So, as a reminder, in order to get your name into this little basket that Linda is holding over there, you must share our videos. And now I gotta say something, when I was looking at setting this up last night, last week, for example, we had a lot of shares of the video. A lot of shares, but approximately only 20% of you actually did it publicly. And it breaks my heart because that means 80% of you are not inside of this basket. Unfortunately.
Do you have instructions at all?
You know what? How about we do a quick little video later on and I'll show exactly how to do it on my phone.
Yeah, Elaine said she'll do a quick video later and show exactly how to do it on her phone. But I'll just kind of talk about it right now, just quick and easy. When you are on Facebook, on your phone, or on your laptop, there's an arrow to share it. When you click that arrow, it says private, public, and something else. I forget what the last thing is, but I don't care what it is. You hit public. And when you hit public, it means everybody can see it. So that is what we are looking for. And I can tell, like I said, last week, approximately only 20% of you did it publicly. And it just breaks my heart because I know you guys are making the effort to do it.
And we want you to win.
And we want you to win.
Here.
But you got to do the public. So, yes. With that being said, here we go with our winner is going to be, I like this one. This one. It is Sherry Aldinger. And that's funny. She was in this week saying, I just really want to win. I remember talking to her this week. So there we go. Miss Sherry. Yeah, I know you're in here all the time. So come on down and pick up your awesome free gift there.
Yes.
Other than that, that is everything we have for you guys this week. What?
Oh, I was going to put her name on here, but you.
Oh.
It's okay.
Sorry.
That's all right, Sherry. We'll get your name on here.
Other than that, that is everything we have for you guys this week. Thank you all for tuning in. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. And of course, publicly share that video as well, too. Thank you all, and we'll see you all next week. Bye.